How are we doing? Well, this is my morning practice. So I come outside, I bring my coffee out, I get my bow, I just start to warm up and just freely move. Probably more like this pace. Just nice and gentle. Just flowing. No particular routine or plan. Just going with the flow. Having the bow is my first piece of equipment. Out of everything, first is my bow. Then a piece of rope. Then a small band. And from that, I have access to many different movement practices and techniques. Going through the movements. I can be very rigid, or I can flow. And what you're doing is you're feeling internal movement within your spine. And what happens because of the movement, where you feel tension on the hips, travelling down through the knees, what's going up into the shoulders and into the neck. This is what practice is about, so you can analyse that's going on inside. Because there's tension and torque, and even this bow is about 1.2 kilos in weight. Solid oak. This particular white one will be 100 years old, so it's aged. It's mechanics, movement, potential of action. Accelerating, deaccelerating, accelerating, deaccelerating. But there's torque even with this movement. Strict movement, flowing movement. Simple, but challenging. Strict, flowing, split stance, mono leg. The body has to adapt and control the spine. Traction with the ground, movement within your footwear. Makes it all more challenging, but you can bring it under control. See, that little wobble there is because my foot moved in the trainer, and that's why when you're training barefoot and you're flat on the ground, or if you're wearing plimsoll soles and you've got nice flat traction, and even though these are flat-footed barefoot shoes, there's still a little bit of wobble in the heel, in the sole. And you can feel that the ground, your toes are trying to grip the ground to give you that stability. All hip movement and control, spinal mechanics. This is the sort of stuff that you don't need much room for, but you can do as a movement meditation practice. The bow is a standard. It's straight. It's true. It shows you your center. It can give you support, and also it can give you balance. It can be an indicator and a focus point. Whoa. It's all about muscle strength and control. You have a complete package. This is why I love the bow. I have simple band, 5 kilo this is. Nice and simple. I can do many things with just this band. The band and the bow gives me access to more actions, more practices. And this is, you can see, it's the bow movement. But also you can see how the bow gives me an indication of what's going on. Because I want to keep the bow vertical, I'm not letting it pull in. If you haven't got the bow and you've just got a band, you can do the same motion. Archer practice. What we've got going on here is shoulder activation, your scapula, your rhomboids, your rotator cuffs. Isometric, time under tension. It's all challenging, but you're using it to feel what's going on within the body. Where are your injuries? Where are your locking points? Where are your triggers? Where's your energy blockages? but it's all used for putting tension and torque and input into the fascia. At the same time being mindful and controlling your breath. It's easy enough to increase the torque that's why simple band and a bow. Now if I have my string or my rope, just an ordinary, I'm able to use it as an attachment point. So I'm able to access leg movements while getting support. Flat foot activation. I'm able to use it to give me my support so that I can work with specific motion with a movement under time, so the supporting muscles get time to work. So as you can imagine here, I've got the mono leg that's on the floor, I've got the legs that's raised, so I've got the internal hip structure that's going on, the obliques having to do the work, but also I'm keeping my spine straight. So many muscle groups having to work in this position. And I get access to that by having the rope. I can also do it with just having the bow on its own and using it as support. I'm able to create that immovable object and push. I'm able to pull. Just because I have a string, a piece of rope and a band or a bow. I bring the band in. I've got an anchor point. If I want to increase the intensity, I just double the band up. If I want to get tension and torque in more unique positions, I'm able to do that. Now here, you wouldn't believe it, this is a stomach stretch, because even though this band's only 10 kilos, it's pulling me back in a nice gentle manner. As my hip flexors relax, I'm able to go into the bend. And now you see the shaking. And even this position here is intense. So you see, a bit of rope, a bit of string, a small band, and a bow It shows me, it gives me an indication of what's going on. Makes everything more challenging. And then once you come back to your free movement motion, you can feel how much of a difference it's made, because the fascia of your body has relaxed. You've had an upgrade in the software. So that you get a greater range of motion, because the fascia's released itself, because you put tension into it. So to find freedom, you must go into tension and stay there and hold that tension, so then you can relax. And that's when you look at the studies between medium and high efficiency athletes, the strength factor isn't very much, but the amount in which they can relax, how fast they can relax and then re-twitch, that's where the great gains are. Same with a punch, to be able to come back, to reload, to fire again. So everybody works on the power side of it, but it's the recall, the reloading. Same with kicking, same with running. Being able to move fast, your muscles switching on and off. So, my name's Andy Spacey, the crazy guy with a stick. This is the home of the Renegade Revolution, and this is what I do. Take care. Peace.